Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
The Cowboys needed to stop the bleeding, and they stopped it and caused some bleeding and go into their bye on a big celebration after a huge 37-10 win over the Philadelphia Eagles tonight. Hi, everybody. It's the Dallas Cowboys postgame show. Brad Sham with Babe Laufenberg, and there were a lot of heroes and headliners for the Cowboys tonight, but none of them were bigger than kicker Bret Maher, who put the signature on it with a 63-yarder that not only was the longest in Cowboys history, but Bret Maher now is the first kicker in the history of the NFL to have 3 60-plus kicks in his career, and your career is not as long yet as the two guys who had 2 60-yarders before you. Now, did you know that was just a piece of cake all along? What did you think was your because you looked like you had about a couple yards to spare.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a piece of cake. The way the whole scenario played out, though, and you look at our defense getting a big stop inside of 2 minutes, forcing a punt, our offense coming back with 1 timeout and getting us in range and giving us a chance, and Coach Garrett, Coach O'Quinn having faith in us to go out there and get it done. So, it was more than just myself to get us into that scenario. And then you look at that play, they've got a good field goal rush team. They've blocked several the last few years. And then Chris and LP are, just always count on them.
I'm sure that Jason Garrett and Keith O'Quinn, the special teams coach, had to have conversations with you before the last sequence to say, okay, what's the range? Where are we trying to get to here? What was those conversations like?
That stuff's done pregame or even during the week. So that was there wasn't really any communication during that drive. I think that line was just kind of already known, and it showed by how the offense called plays and used timeouts and did that stuff too. So it was, used the term complimentary for football. I felt like that sequence was it at its finest.
Brett, when you look at the kicker's stats, they're broken down into 10-yard increments, 30 to 39, 40 to 49. You're 3 for 3 from 60 plus. So how do you explain that?
By the way, not a line you see a lot of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are opportunities that just don't come up very often. So to have 3 of them in a year and a half is, one, pretty crazy, and then to be able to take advantage of them is pretty fun.
And you also had one against Philadelphia last year in the overtime game, where if you don't hit that one before the half, it may not get to overtime. How much do you think the Philadelphia fan wants to see Bret Maher as their kicker right now?
I don't know. They got a good one. Jake's off to a great start in his
He
career.
also has a 61-yarder, by the way.
He's pretty solid for that.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But how much fun is that? But on the one hand, too, when you go out there, is there a little pressure off you in the sense that nobody really expects you to make a 63-yarder?
I don't feel that, really. I expect to make it. So that's, I say I try to go out there and go 1 for 1 every time. And if I tell Coach that it's in range, then I expect to make it.
You are so much about being even-keeled and mental discipline. Have the ones you've missed shaken your confidence? Does this do anything more to balance those scales and boost your confidence? How does that work for you?
I don't know. I feel like I've done a good job of staying in that middle ground for myself throughout the year, and just keep plugging along and try to treat every kick as its own thing, and going out there and going 1 for 1. And it's helped that I've had a lot of support through Chris, through LP, throughout the week, through Coach O'Quinn, and unwavering confidence from Coach Garrett as well. So I don't want to say it's easy, because nothing about this job is easy, but it's part of the job, and I recognize that as well.
You're in the history books now. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
It's a great way to go into the bye, right? Nothing can upset you for 2 weeks. Bret Maher, Dallas Cowboys postgame show continues in a moment.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. It's your ticket for a chance to win big.
Welcome back to the Cowboys postgame show. Brad Sham and Babe Laufenberg in Arlington, where the Cowboys throttled the Philadelphia Eagles 37-10 Sunday night. And when you win 37-10 against your division rival and a good team, then probably a lot of good things happen. And one of the best things that happened for the Cowboys was takeaways. 4 of them tonight. And the exclamation point, the interception by safety Xavier Woods. So is it true then that they come in bunches, and then are there more bunches to follow, do you think?
Hopefully so, but definitely. I mean, once you get 1 or 2 of them, I mean, hopefully you get 3, and that's the bunches.
So that first interception of the year for you, I mean, you look pretty excited. Was it just the flow of the game, or is that did it mean something more than that to you?
Oh, this is the flow of the game, and you just want to make a big play at the right time. And I mean, we knew we've been lacking on turnovers, and I mean, whenever you create a turnover, that gets a team a minute, that gets his team juice. I mean, we see that, everyone knows that, but that definitely came at the right time today.
And Xavier, on the interception, it appeared that Carson Wentz never saw you. And so when that ball left his hand, did you kind of have an idea, oh boy, this could be heading my way?
Well, yeah, they had ran that play earlier in the game. I kind of played the opposite way, but he got sacked. And they came back to it, and then I went to the ex receiver. And once he came out, I was like, oh, man,
yeah,
I got him.
It looked like one where the minute it left his hands, I said,
I
always say it's easy to play quarterback from 200 feet in the air, and I can see it, but you down there with all the traffic, and I don't think Wentz ever saw you.
No, I don't think he did.
Okay.
He thought I was going to the tight end.
Yeah,
but went the opposite way.
Nice.
So these games take on lives of their own, and you've had a couple in the last couple of weeks that got away from you. It was hard to play the game you wanted to play because of what the score became. Did that work in reverse tonight? Was this a game where you guys set the tone, the offense cashed in, and then pretty much it was the way you wanted the game to go?
Yeah, we wanted to play. We wanted to come in and play a full 60-minute game from start to finish. We haven't been doing that, and it could have kind of turned that way once they scored, because how the 2 past games been going. They scored, and then kind of just a snowball effect. But we came out the next possession and stopped them, and that's what our defense is made of. We bend, but we don't break.
And Xavier, you're on the back end of that defense, obviously, so you see everything in front of you. And I really felt like tonight, I know you did it last year against New Orleans. The defense was just flying to the football. And I had a little feeling tonight that it was kind of that same intensity. So from your perspective back there, did you kind of see the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, we start with the pass rush.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the guys getting back there. And then the linebackers did a great job of Ken and playing a gap switch. And linebackers and safeties, I mean, we haven't been doing that this last couple of weeks. That's why we've been getting some explosive runs and stuff. But everyone did their job today, and that's what flying around looks like.
So did anybody say anything during the week, last night, whatever, to make you guys play the way you have wanted to be playing and really weren't until tonight?
Those losses that we had, those 3 losses, speak to us. We knew we haven't been playing our best. We knew we haven't been playing close to our best. The second half of those games, we kind of showed a glimpse of what we can be, but it was too late. So to come out and play a full 60-minute game was big for us.
And Xavier, I know you don't get the whole week off, but what does the bye week hold for you now? What are you going to do?
Rest up. Rest up physically.
Rest up here or down in Cancun or somewhere?
No, I'm going to Cancun. Definitely going to see some family.
Okay.
But rest our bodies physically, but keep our minds in it mentally. As far as, you can get our mind away a little bit, but get back to it, just study the game.
Xavier Woods' first interception of the year, one of 4 Cowboys takeaways tonight. The exclamation point on a 37-10 Cowboys win. Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Xavier.
Cowboys football continues in a moment.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. It's your ticket for a chance to win big. This segment is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the Cowboys postgame show. Brad, Sham, and Babe Laufenberg in Arlington, where the Cowboys dismantled the Philadelphia Eagles tonight, 37-10. I say this all the time. Babe taught me a long time ago, if you want to know who's going to win, you have to tell me who's going to play. And tonight, Lyle Collins was able to play right tackle. He and Tyron Smith both missed last week's game. Both played tonight. Obviously, it makes a difference. How did you feel?
I felt good. Definitely was excited about this one. I got a text from my grandmother earlier, and she told me, you know, just you know, whatever you're feeling, just leave it on the sidelines when you step between those lines, and that meant a lot to me. It just gave me a little extra push going forward into this game. So definitely was excited about it.
I'm going to get into an area that's none of my business, but what did she mean by that? Because you're having probably the best year of your career.
Just because she knew the injury that I had, and so she just wanted to tell me just leave that, you know, leave that on the sidelines. Don't think about it too much and just go out and play ball.
Did you say, Grandma, thank you? Have you ever tried blocking a 300-pound man with a sprained MCL?
No, I didn't, but I know her. She's a super competitive lady herself. She plays sports, so she knows what it's like.
I'm just impressed, LC, that your grandmother knows how to text, because I would.
Yeah.
My dad, unless that wall phone that attached to the wall received texts, which it doesn't with the rotary dial, which you've never seen, then he wasn't getting a text. Was there any doubt in your mind, though, that you were going to play today? I know all week it was iffy, kind of people were saying, will they, won't they?
Oh, no, it was no doubt in my mind.
Especially after the grandmother texted you, right?
I mean, I just, you know, I felt like every day I was going in and get treatment. I felt like every day I was getting better. I was feeling a little bit better every day. And I just said, hey, if I feel good enough, like, there's no doubt in my mind I'm going to play. That was the case.
And drives are big, whether it's the first drive of the game, which you guys had nice field position after the takeaway, or the last one. But I thought as big as any was you guys got the ball with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and you gave it back to them after scoring 7.5 minutes later.
Right.
How energized were you? You got the running game going, and you just kind of milking that clock.
It was great. You know, anytime you can get in those situations, defense go out there and ball out the way they did, and the rest of the guys on offense, special teams, go out and make plays. You know, we feed off of that, you know, and we played amazing, you know, as a team. You know, obviously, there's a lot of stuff that we can go out and fix, and that's what we're going to do, but, you know, we're going to enjoy this win.
And you're going to enjoy it with a little extra time to rest. That bye is a big deal. But it was probably the most complete game. I think I could say that the team played from beginning to end tonight. So do you think that you, as a group, and if you want to just stay with the offense, that's fine, found something that you've been looking for tonight?
No, I definitely think we took, you know, another step in the right direction. Just playing together as a team. We always talk about starting fast, and we was able to do that tonight. So, you know, it was just amazing to go out there and see what it was truly like to play together on both sides of the ball.
I asked Xavier Woods earlier. I'll ask you, your bye week. What do you have planned for that?
Honestly, I don't have any plans yet.
No, but you're going to make some.
Yeah, I'm going to make some.
And again, I know you don't get the whole week off,
right,
but
exactly,
it's your one time to have a few days.
I mean, yeah, we got a few days off. Obviously, we got a couple options. Thinking about maybe going down to LSU, see them guys play against Auburn. You know, they're having a great year.
They are.
Any chance I get to go back, I love to go back. So, but we'll see.
Nice.
Now, I know you and Tyron Smith really boost each other up, and and Tyron is right over here, and I wonder if he needs to help you carry all this jewelry around that you're wearing. Step in here just for a second. Did you? I know you didn't teach him to wear all this bling. Where'd this come from?
I don't know. That's who he is. You can't get, you know. I don't even know what to say about it because I'm getting blinded right now. But that's who he is. Hey, man, he's one of the freshest guys I know. Look at him.
All right. These two guys made a big difference tonight. Enjoy your bye, LC. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Tyron, I'm your biggest fan, you know. Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, Dallas Cowboys football continues in a moment.
This segment was brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the Cowboys postgame show. Brad, Sham, Babe, Laufenberg. The Cowboys break the streak in a big way tonight, 37-10 over the Eagles. It was the defense that set the tone, and Sean Lee stepped in and played probably the most snaps that you have all year, I'm guessing, after Leighton Vander Esch went out in the second quarter. But you were all over the place, and frankly, in the second half, it just kind of looked like you playing the way you've been playing for a while. Can you just talk, first of all, about the defense setting the tone that you really haven't quite been able to set most of this year?
Yeah, I mean, particularly the last 3 weeks, we've struggled. We haven't played up to the standard that we want to play, and we knew coming into this game it was a great offense, division opponent, and we needed to step up and play to our standard and really set the tone with turnovers, with big plays, and I thought we did that early on. Our D-line was incredible early in the game. being able to put pressure on the quarterback, and then later in the game, the turnovers came.
And they come with two tight ends, two very good ones, and Ertz obviously and Goddard. It kept you guys in your base defense, so you were already going to play quite a bit in this game.
Sure.
Van Der Esch goes out middle of the second quarter. Did you ever leave the field after that?
I don't think. I think Joe Thomas is a great linebacker, and we use him in a lot of situations because he's a great piece for us who can make plays. But anytime you lose Leighton, who's an All-Pro player, an unbelievable guy, and was making plays early in the game, we knew that me and Joe really had to step up. So we said, hey, listen, we're going to figure this out, make plays, and continue to run the football, and it worked out. Okay,
it was at the end of the game, and so it didn't have a bearing on the outcome, but the interception, you had a beat on it, you go in front of it. I'm thinking, flashback, I swear, to Indianapolis and Peyton Manning, getting him twice, and up the here goes, and I saw you smiling on the big screen a little bit like.
Yeah. Traditionally, I've had decent hands.
Yes.
The narrative's starting to change. I've dropped a couple balls in practice, and then you dropped that one. I felt great on the read. It's one of those things that you'd like to finish. But hopefully I'll be on the jugs every day this week, and then we'll hopefully figure that out.
It's a bye week. Take some time off.
No, that's when you get better, and that's something that we talked about. Is that hey, we the last 3 weeks weren't us, and just because we won this game, which is a great win, doesn't mean we can stop. This bye week we have to continue to improve and then come back ready to go.
The urgency. Xavier Woods said, did anybody say anything? He said 3 losses said to us what we needed. But did anybody make a speech or say, hey guys, I don't know who we are, but it's not who we've been? Did anybody speak to that?
I think all of the older guys and the leaders and captains, just said, hey, listen, we have to continue to work. And the only way we're going to get out of this rut is our work ethic. How hard we study, how hard we practice, getting back to the fundamentals that made us great in the past, that if we get back to will make us great in the future. And I think we came to practice, we didn't back down, we faced adversity head on, and I think it helped us.
I know everybody's beat up, everybody looks forward to that bye week, but is there a part of you too, or part of this football team that says, gosh, I'd like to go play again, because you really generate some momentum coming off a game like this?
No question that you do build momentum on this, but you have to continue to improve to do that. I think some of us, we have some guys banged up.
Yeah.
So having a week to let guys rest and get healthy will be good, but we have to keep that momentum coming out of the bye week, and I think we go to New York, and that's always tough.
Not going to lie, it was fun to see number 50 flying around and making a bunch of plays out there again.
Hey,
everything seemed like old times until you dropped the interception.
Yeah.
The old Sean Lee would have had that one.
Hey,
thank you, Sean.
Appreciate
nice
That's Sean Lee. Cowboys football continues in a moment.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night was presented by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing. Reliant, an NRG company. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Choose VA today. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
Welcome back to AT&T Stadium. Brad Sham and Babe Laufenberg after the Cowboys go into the bye with a huge 37-10 win over the Philadelphia Eagles that leaves them alone in first place in the NFC East with a record of 4-3. And I don't know if you can really overemphasize how much the confidence of this team gets a boost from and needed a win like this. But you've been in locker rooms as a player. What do you think?
Well, you'd have taken any win. We all know that, right? 12-11. 50-49, you're taking anything, but to come out and really play great football on both sides of the ball. You had the one turnover offensively, but you take it away 4 times. You really shut down Philadelphia offensively. They had 190 yards through 3 quarters. There's a lot of good things that this football team will take from this.
And if they had listened to your play calling, they wouldn't have had that one turnover themselves.
I said, don't do it.
And then they did it. How much do they need to buy?
Every team needs it, but it seems to be coming at a good time for them. You get both tackles, who we saw a little bit earlier in the show, get them healthy, get a few other guys healthy. The good thing about this, outside of Tyrone Crawford, you're not losing guys for long periods of time.
So the Cowboys are 4-3, first place in the NFC East, headed into the bye. They beat the Eagles tonight 37-10, and Babe and I will greet you again on the Cowboys postgame show in 2 weeks on Monday night when they face the Giants at the Meadowlands.